Hello my dudes, welcome back to the Nile, welcome back to the Endless Sands. Last episode we did a lot of preparation for getting the basic materials we need to do most of our building here in the city. This episode we're going to look into infrastructure and making sure we plan out how we're going to do our city. And as the sun rises on our fledgling city, let's jump in and I'll show you what I mean. So right now, my dudes, yeah, things are looking really good for us. We've got mystical agriculture making us some of these essences that we sorely need for our things like dirt and basic materials. We've also got our stone producing machines getting us, oh yeah, all the granite we're gonna need. Yeah, but I went through this last episode. You guys know how all these machines work. So what we're gonna do this episode is look into setting up some roads, some bridges, some walls, so we can properly think about this area as a place to build our city. In fact, if we go into journey map, yeah, we can get a good idea of what we're doing. Actually, no, it's quite hard to see on this map. Let's try the regular map. Oh no. Turns out, when your whole world is sand, it's really difficult to see where the big hills are. But roughly speaking, we kind of want this area here in front of these ruins to be the administerial zone, like where we have the basic town hall, the civic buildings. Over here on the other side of the river, I'm not quite sure what to put. So if you guys have any ideas, make sure you drop me a message in the comments to let me know how you would plan this city. What would you put where? But first and foremost, there's some big things we can do. We're going to need retaining walls along the banks of the river near the main hub of the city. That's going to let us border the city a little bit and make the river look a bit cooler. We're also going to want to put a cool bridge across the river, because we need a way to cross without jumping into the water. Nobody wants to get wet, even when it's like 9,000 degrees outside. So that's pretty simple. So to put down roads and things like that, avenues, we're going to need to be able to see what we're doing, and that's why this episode we're going to build some builder's goggles. Oh yeah. Now these are so good, you know exactly how they work. We'll need some leather, some gold, some iron, and some glass. Now we got all of this except leather. So we're going to have to go out and find some leather, I think. There's a couple of reasons why we're looking for leather. Number one, we obviously want the builder's goggles, but also it'd be really cool to build a backpack. Now, I hadn't thought about this, but we do have one major problem. It's a desert. Everything is sand as far as the eye can see. And you know what that means? That means there's going to be absolutely zero cows for us to kill for leather. So maybe there's another way to make leather, because honestly, like most mod packs, give you a few ways to get leather, like drying out zombie skins. Looks like this is no different, so you can use hog skins, werewolf fur, wilden wings. Ooh, rabbit hide. That could be a way, because one thing the desert seems to have a lot of is rabbit hide. We could also use mystical agriculture, but that's going to be complicated to make, because we'll need to make cow seeds, which means we need a soul jar with cow stuff. It's going to be a bit of a chew. So let's take a quick look around, explore the area, and see what we can find. If we're lucky, we'll find some rabbits. Let's get the mini-map up. Oh my god, this is not a small mini-map, but that's pretty cool. It means you guys at home can see it very, very clearly. And let's go and see if we can find some rabbits. Now, there's a lot of bees around, unfortunately. Wait, where'd he go? Oh, there's his little home. Sand nest. A chocolate mining bee. Mining for chocolate. Ooh. Wonder where you would mine for chocolate. Sounds a bit odd. Oh, hang on a sec. Whoa, look at this. Okay, so we have to be very careful here. Now, it looks like villages can spawn animals. That's really good news for us. The important thing to remember, though, is that we want to be very careful. We want to breed these cows because, you know what, like, we don't want to risk losing them. So this village, it looks like, yeah, we'll go and get some wheat, we'll come back here, and let's see if we can feed these cows, get them breeding. This village is quite nearby. If we look at the map, it's very close, so we can always come back here. Or do we bring the cows to us? Yeah, you know what, I'm going to go and grab some leads. We're going to bring some cows back home and breed our own cows. We don't need a cowhand's hut yet. We can do it the old-fashioned way. That's probably a good idea. Let's go and get some wheat and some leads. So I'm thinking for now, actually, we could even use this little kind of area in here. It's got sand on the floor. I'm not sure if cows need grass to survive? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But let's go and bring them into this pen for now. Maybe we don't need to build a pen. We also need a lead. So, oh, do we borrow the horse's lead? No, I think if we want to make a leash or a lead, is it a lead or a leash? It's a lead. We will need either leather, string and slime, or straw. We could use straw. Yeah, that might be a good idea. We can get straw from cutting various things with a knife. Okay, this all makes sense. And it can be a block of bamboo, which we have lots of. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll make some blocks of bamboo and chop it on a chopping board with, I guess, what looks like an axe. So it's a cutting board from Farmer's Delight. There it is. Just what we're looking for. We'll need 2 sticks, lots of planks, which I think we have. No worries. There we go. And let's find a place to plonk this down. I don't want to do cutting on the floor. That's really unhygienic. So we're going to find a place to plonk this cutting board. Oh, okay, on a tree. Absolutely, why not? That works for me. Let's go and grab some bamboo. So we put the axe, what do we put in my offhand? I think we put the bamboo in my offhand and the iron axe in my main hand. And if we right click, yeah, that's working. Yeah, chop all of this bamboo. It's now become blocks of stripped bamboo and we get some straw. That's really cool. Loads of straw as well. That's pretty good. And we can just use this straw in a pattern like this to make some leads. There's 2. We'll make a 3rd. I counted 3 cows. Let's go and bring those suckers home. Oh, and we'll grab some wheat as well, because cows love wheat. Where are you, my lovelies? Come to me. Come to me. We're going to go home. I'm going to bring you guys home. I've got 3 leads, 3 cows. Excellent stuff. Now, it doesn't work if I teleport, but I can leash all of these. Oh, this guy's trying to escape. Not today, pal. Oh, is that one stuck? I think he's stuck. Yeah, he is, and his lead popped off. All right, well, we can fix this. Come over here, dude. There we go. I just had to open the hatches. Take a bit of a cow bath, and off we go, my dudes. Do 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 do. And we use the double combo of using the lead to pull them along, but also if I've got wheat as well, they're also enticed to come in my direction. Come on, lads, let's go home. That's a very big hole. Don't want our cows to fall down there, but luckily we should be fine. And the colony, I mean, I can already see the boat. There it is. Oh yeah, we'll get you guys home in no time at all. Here we go, lads. Your new home. It's where our horse used to live, but I don't think you guys are going to mind too much. Get in here. Wait, where's Jeff? We're missing Jeff. Oh, come on, Jeff. Get with the program. Get in the pen. Here he comes. Okay, Jeff's in. So we will now unlead all of these cows. There we go. Close the gate. No escape. And there we go. Oh, we missed a lead. So I'll see if I can reach in and grab that one. Can I reach it? Oh, it's just out of reach. I need like one of those grabbers. So let's start breeding cows. Now the cool thing about wheat is you can use it to breed some cows. They get a breeding cooldown, but you can keep spamming the wheat on the babies to level them up super quick. Yeah, look at that. It's going to grow up in like 8 seconds, so we'll get another stack of wheat. Oh, loads and loads of tasty wheat. And if he grows up quick enough, which I think he has, and we can splash him with some wheat. There we go. He can breed with the other cow. And you going to pop one out, my bro? Oh, they're trying. Did I hear a pop? Yeah, there he is, little guy hiding over there. And we'll get him up as well. Yeah, this is going to be super easy. If we can get like 10 of these, we can start culling them, and then we'll get some leather. Perfect. Now, it's not the only way for you to get leather, of course. You can use all kinds of crazy modded machines. Atomic reconstructors can turn rotten flesh. into leather, but oh my god, that is technological. You can use blood infusers. There are quests to get leather, which might be something worth looking into. A drying basin can turn rotten flesh. Usually rotten flesh is the big one, that always becomes leather. Mechanism will let you saw item frames into leather, sure. You can grind up saddles to get quite a lot of leather actually. That is a tasty amount of leather. You get guaranteed 2 and a 50% chance to get 2 more. But we need our saddles, so we're not going to do that. It's also worth checking through the chests because you never know if a supply camp is going to give you a bit of leather. There's none in here at the moment. Fair enough. We'll check our chests as well. I've got a few of these. We do have some rotten flesh that we can turn into some leather. That's a good shout. Well, okay, we got lots of cows, and their breeding cooldown is... I think it's done. Is it done? Yeah, it is. Oh, wow, amazing. So we can breed even more cows. And what I'll do is I'm just going to keep breeding these cows, feeding them some more wheat, and I'll come back to you guys once these little chumps have grown up and we got some more leather. And so here we go, yeah, got some leather. Also got some sinew and some beef that's in the chest as well. So yeah, what do we want to do? We want to craft, number 1, some goggles. We're going to need some glass panes, a little bit of gold. Where are the bars at? Let's smelt some more gold. We'll use, obviously, our hammer to make this gold go further. Always a good move. Boom, lots of dust. Get this smelted up. Leather, the build tool, the gold nugget, 1 iron ingot, and some glass panes. There's got to be some iron around here. Got the panes. We'll get the ingots, and I've got the build tool already. So what about the other thing we wanted to make with some leather? It's going to be a backpack, of course. We need 4 bits of leather, some string, and a chest. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Perfect. Now, also another thing I didn't realize, but we can use a leather substitute. You can use ersatz leather, and that's, well, oh man, we need honeycomb for that, so maybe not. But with a mod pack like all the mods 10, always think that even though you know a way to do things, there might be a different, maybe better, maybe worse way of getting the items you need. So there's some gold. The gold becomes nuggets. Then that is everything to make ourselves some builder's goggles. Here we go. So with builder's goggles equipped, these are a pretty cool Minecolonies tool. I'm sure you guys already know what they do, but for those of you that don't, they show you a preview of what a building will look like once it's built. For example, over here we have the framework of, I think, what was the warehouse? But you don't know where it's going to be. The building doesn't look built, it's just some ticker tape, some construction tape around the edge. But with the goggles equipped, once we go close, and I think you actually have to set the builder to build it, so we'll do that just quickly. Build options, Milena. Once you do that, the goggles will say, oh, whoa, okay, you're building this, are you? Well, here is what it's going to look like once it's been built. And this is really cool. This gives you an idea of where things are going to be and helps you plan ahead. It's good for buildings, and in fact, since we got all the materials to get all of this stuff, I think we're going to take 5 here. I'm going to grab the dirt, the bamboo, that looks like sand or sandstone, and sand bricks. We're going to get the builder all the materials so that they can build the warehouse and watch this go up. But once that's been done, we can plan out the roads. That's where the builder's goggles really shine. With the builder's goggles equipped, you can see where all the roads are going to be, so you can piece them together like kind of like Legos. But okay, yeah, let's grab the bits and let's watch the warehouse being built. So here we go, building the warehouse. One thing I was very careful not to do was help the builder in any way. Now, she did need a pickaxe for this build because apparently there was some salt in the sand. Who knew? But I didn't want to help her dig the sand because, yeah, last time we did that, it meant we needed to make loads more dirt, and dirt is not the easiest thing for us to make, weirdly. Now the building is a very floaty one indeed, and there's a lot of mud here. Oh my god, so much mud. But it is a very cool building to say the least. Getting a warehouse this early is just really good. It means I can just toss loads of things like sandstone, cobblestone, mud bricks and bamboo, all of the core things that the builder uses to get level 1 buildings. I can just flood the warehouse with this, and it's going to make our builder's job super easy going forwards and mean I don't really have to help too much adding building materials. Another amazing thing about the warehouse is Spumantii, he knows what he's doing, and he's added 3 courier's huts to this level 1 build. These come with the building, and they're going to be probably very easy for us to make. We'll jump in and see what they require. But it's also worth noting that, yeah, look at the sides of this thing. This is a very floaty building at the moment, with a lot of ugly kind of sides that we need to address. And that comes back to the core of this episode, which is infrastructure. Getting down retaining walls so we can add some like proper areas to our building, and getting down some roads to give us like an idea of where we want our pathways to be and the buildings in between. But as the building is finished, yeah, let's jump in and take a deeper look, a closer look. Okay, yeah, the moment of truth. Now the warehouse itself doesn't need anybody to work there, so none of our existing colonists are going to want a job over here until we build the couriers' huts. Couriers, of course, need to be hired. The building is quite big, even at level 1, but that's just standard for Spumantii styles. All the buildings are huge, which makes them very, very cool, but logistically, it's a bit trickier than Littleton. And it's good to see that, yeah, even at level 1, there's quite a lot of racks in here. This is a nice amount of storage for... Oh, what's going on? Oh no! Get back! Fiend? It's a husk. Why is there a husk here? Anyway, we're getting distracted. So we want to find out what the courier's hut needs to build at level 1. These are courier's huts level 0. Build... Oh my god, yes! Look at this! The simplest of courier huts. So with some bamboo slabs, some bamboo planks, some bamboo stairs, and some jungle fence, we can get all of these built. So I'm just going to spam build building on all 3 of these, and we can get 3 couriers' huts up to level 1. So bamboo stairs are pretty simple. We need bamboo planks, which you get from making bamboo into blocks like this, and then these blocks kind of function like logs because you can then turn them into planks. Then, quite simply, you make some stairs. And there we go. Now, we're going to go through a lot of bamboo with this build, like a seriously heavy amount. So I reckon probably converting a few more of these pots over to bamboo, maybe even adding some more, might be a really good idea. We'll just toss this into her inventory and let her handle the logistics herself. Good luck, Milena. So like I said, we're going to equip now the builder's goggles, and we're going to get out our build tool, because what we're looking to do now is try out some retaining walls. So for example, over here you can see we got this horrible floaty mud. We're going to solve that by putting down a retaining wall that borders this. And this is pretty cool. So infrastructure, you'll find retaining walls, and we'll start with the corner, I think. We're going to go for the top. It's best to build from the top down. And we'll go for, ooh, so there's a few options here. There's corner in. Oh, there we go. Oh man, yeah, this thing looks amazing at level 5. But the corner in is not what we want. That is like an inside corner. We want in infrastructure, retaining walls, top. Man, there's a lot of menus here. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was so quick. But we want the corner outside. There's a corner out like this. It looks pretty cool. There's a corner out with a lantern. Oh, that's nice for lighting up the area. And they're different styles as well. This one has like a wall and a top effect. This one is just... Ooh, it looks quite cool actually. I like that. And so what you want to do is you want to kind of match this up with your building, which we'll try and do now. Get it on the corner here. Just like that, and yeah, the retaining wall can go here. So what we'll do is we'll right click, we'll press tick on this, and we'll make sure Milena is set to build all of these. The materials are nothing we don't have, just sandstone and sandstone variants. So we can build that, and because we've got the builder's goggles, we see a preview. What that means is we can go down here, go to infrastructure again, go to retaining walls top, and now we want just like a regular old straight piece. So we'll start with short, because I don't think we want a long one. But you can kind of match it up because yeah, it looks like the tops of this will work. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And so yeah, we can put this down, have this in position, press tick. Give this to Milena, build building, and again, boom. Oh man, it's so powerful. And like this, you can go around the whole building, building a retaining wall. It's very, very powerful. So I'll just kind of do a long bit over here. This should work. Infrastructure, retaining wall, top. And do we have long? Oh look, there's lantern. So it does have like a straight bit that has a lantern on it. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. So if you want to keep that style, you can kind of go with that. Oops, no, we don't want to flip it. Lower it down, and look at that. Matches perfectly. Yeah, pretty cool. But I like the idea of having like the same style over there with the fence posts. So we'll go retaining wall top, and we'll just go for short. Now there isn't a long one. I think straight is longer. Oh yeah, much better. So we can slip this into position. Oh yeah, there we go. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, whoops. We triggered the builder's hut to show us the preview. Now I know what you're thinking. This looks a bit floaty. But if we just press go on this and put down one next to it identically. So yeah, like I've said, these are a bit floaty. That's why the retaining walls come in a top, a middle, and a bottom. So you can go for middle, but middle is only really for if your wall is very, very high. You can also go straight to the bottom. Oh, and you can also even add stairs. So if we put stairs, side set, mid, there's a lot of options here, and I do encourage you guys to explore these. Try and mix and match them and see what works. But you can add a stairway that could come down here because we're going to have like a road that goes along here and stairs that go all the way up there. But if you don't want to add a stairway, you can also go to retaining wall. We'll go to the bottom. We want a straight set piece, and you can just kind of like match this up with the wall over here. Looking pretty good. And usually they kind of match with the blocks. So try and get them to, you know, do this. And yeah, now like I said, again, we might want a middle piece because this doesn't quite hit the floor down here. But there's loads and loads and loads of options. So what I'll do is I'll get a nice array of walls in place, give the builder all the materials they're going to need to get all of this stuff built, and maybe we can watch a time lapse of this basic wall section with also an avenue that comes down along here in front of the supply camp and in front of the builder's hut. And let's get our first section of retaining wall built. I'll catch you guys in a minute for the building of this wall. So I've placed down the blueprints for a number of retaining walls. These are really going to bring the town, the city to life, because adding these walls is just really good decoration. More important than decoration though, it's a really good way to kind of like border the town and give you an idea of where you can build buildings. It was much easier in styles like Littleton, where every building was the same size, so we will have to be careful because we don't know how big some of these buildings we're going to build will be. But we can certainly border the existing ones we have, and also I wanted to add some stairs that come down from the retaining walls as well, because yeah, we need a way to get up and down these walls, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. The materials are all pretty common, and once you realize and work out what each piece of wall needs, you can go into the warehouse, just create stacks and stacks and stacks of things like sandstone brick stairs, the diorite posts, and the sand bricks framed panels. Once you get all of those into the warehouse, the couriers can just zip over, give the builder what they need as they demand it, and these walls go up super quick, super easy. Now I also wanted to add some of the avenues as well. This is going to help us work out where we're going to be putting things also. And they're exactly the same as the walls, they just need a bit of sand, a bit of polished granite, and a bit of diorite, but they also look pretty cool. Now you can try and get the stairs and the walls to fit perfectly, but that's going to be very hard because Minecraft terrain often really isn't the way you want it to be. So we're going to have to go in after the fact with a few blocks just to tidy things up. But as the build finishes, let's go in and trim things up. Right, so ever so simple. We're going to dive into our chests. We're going to grab maybe some sand. Sand could come in useful. Lots of sandstone. We'll take 50 of that. That should be plenty. Maybe some more sandstone because you never know. And what's in this chest? Yeah, not much. We're also going to go up to the warehouse and grab some of the extra sandstone brick that I prepared. Now, we did have a problem midway during the build. Yeah, the couriers just stopped working. And I was like, oh man, these guys, what do they want? Are they on strike? Did they make a union? Have they unionized? Oh my god, can't have that. Now also, grabbed an iron pickaxe because you do need to do a little bit of trimming here and there to make things look neat and make things work. But we came over here and these guys all have a problem. And I think their problem is it's a mixture of not having enough food and also not having somewhere to live. Once we give these guys like a tavern to live in and a restaurant to eat at, I think they're going to be much, much happier and get back to work. You just come over after the fact with, let's say, some sandstone, like this, and just make things nice and tidy. We're also going to put a border here of sandstone to make it look all nice and fresh. And there's a bit of an ugly gap there, so we'll go in behind also, and put some sand bricks here. Why not? And there we go, suddenly the stairs work. We can come over here, we can do the same over here. We're going to build up with the sandstone bricks we have. Just a bunch of sandstone here like this. And we'll build up the area on the side with sandstone bricks too. It just makes really good filler. And so at the bottom, sandstone brick stairs like this. Border with some chiseled sandstone because it looks nice and neat. Then we'll use sandstone at the bottom like this. And kablamo, it looks pretty good. Again, more trimming around the bottom because these panels, they look great, but they don't play nicely with other bricks. So we can add another layer of the chiseled sandstone along the bottom. And bam, looking pretty good. We'll tidy it up with some railings and things because this is very bare bones for now. But this is pretty awesome. What we're also going to do is the same thing as the retaining walls. We're going to put a seawall along the edge of the river here. Now, I found something really cool when I was digging through the decorations and things for the Nile style. Basically, if you're in the middle of a desert and you don't have a river, it's not actually the end of the world. Because check this out. This is really cool. So in decorations, there is Nile, which gives you loads and loads and loads of pre-made rivers. There's also add land shape. So if you want like a sandbar, you can put, oh wow, look at this, just like a bit of a sandbar on the edge of the river. Really cool. If you want like all kinds of different styles, there's ones with cobblestone. Really long sandbars offset. This is really powerful and lets you design your own river. Not only that, but I will find it somewhere along here. Here we go. Here's some shapes that have water attached. So dig through the Nile section. It gives you all kinds of water bits. Look at this. This is really powerful and lets you basically create your own shapes for a river. It's amazing. So if your river is a bit irregular, which ours kind of is, like it gets a bit thin in places, we could do with expanding that, making it a bit wider, like the actual Nile. Certainly up here maybe as well. What are those? Are they fishes? Synodontis? I have no idea what that is, but it's really powerful, really cool. So check out those river bits. They're amazing. But there we go, my dudes. Thank you for watching this episode of our Nile playthrough of Minecolonies. It's going really well. What I'm going to do is, with my build tool, plan out and map out some more retaining walls so we can border the town hall a bit better, and maybe look at some sea walls so that we can get the Nile looking a bit more, shapely. Give ourselves some real man-made borders so we can plan out where we're going to build things. Because of course, next episode, we have to look at making those couriers happy so they get back to work. That's going to mean probably a restaurant and a tavern. So, until next time, my dudes, hope you're having an amazing week and take care.